Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm David.
I'm Trevor.
And we're your Stu Win counselors to get you through the week with any daily grind issues or any problems that you're experiencing that you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. Let's get to our first winner. Our first winner is named Brindy from Denver, Colorado. And Brindy writes, Dear Win, can you guys please tell me how President Trump's tweeted word Covfefe is correctly pronounced and what it actually means? You know what? We're going to get to the bottom of this. Trevor, how do you pronounce it? Because I know you're one of those English kind of guys.
Yes.
And what does it actually mean?
It's actually French, which I know is Covfefe.
Oh.
I believe it's French for big dumb idiot.
Oh, wow. All right. So he was referring to someone as a big dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
Which, ironic, am I right?
Dave?
Yeah, because was he tweeting himself?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, this is kind of like something we have to figure out here because everyone has been trying to figure this out the last several weeks.
Yeah, and to be completely honest, Brindy, I was going to plead ignorance, but I'll make something up.
Don't make it up. You have to know the answer.
No, I do. I'm just joshing.
You don't want to give away all your secrets.
It's actually pronounced Covfefe, and it's an alliteration.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So you use that when you alliterate.
Got it. I think it's pronounced Covfefe, and that's because it refers to the old Egyptian hieroglyphics for elf. He was talking about an elf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like a Tolkien thing.
Yes.
And actually, I have a friend that works at the White House unofficially because I can't really claim that, but he actually tweeted himself. I do know that. So whatever of those three definitions are true,
Yep.
he was actually tweeting himself.
And if you take those letters, right, and you morph them around, it turns into an Ankh, and so like you can be like Ra, the sun god.
And if you say it backwards, it's FF Vok.
Oh, and that
So
almost...
it's a new Star Trek character coming out in the next movie.
that's cool.
Oh, that's Spock's cousin.
That's Spock's cousin.
Vok.
Yeah, Vok.
Twice removed. Yeah.
Twice.
Vok.
But he's coming out in the
He has
next
points on the lower lobes of his ears.
That's where its brilliance is, too. Well, there you have it, Brindy. Terrell from Macon, Georgia writes, Dear Win, I heard that one of your Win Show cast members has a lifelong weird occurrence with the time 444. Any correlation to Jay-Z's new highly anticipated 444 project? What cast member would that be? 444. You know what? I have an insight on this one, I think.
Yeah.
From what I understand, rumor has it that this said cast member of the Win Show, that no matter when he looks at the clock, in morning or at night or afternoon, it's always 444. And it's been like that for years, like 10, 15, 20 years.
So every time he goes to look at the clock, it's 444.
He never looks at clocks or watches, but when he does, it's always 444.
And you said he, so I know.
Yeah, so it's one of our male cast members of the 25 that we have on
really
the show.
narrows it down.
Narrows it down, from 25 to, minus the women of the show.
So Alex, what's the Jay-Z 444?
Well, I think Terrell thinks that there's probably a correlation here. So I think one of our cast members who has this lifelong weird occurrence has been collaborating with Jay-Z
on a project
called 444.
It's a secret.
And matter of fact, I think Jay-Z is going to drop it and release it at 4:44 either a.m. or 4:44 p.m. whenever he decides to release it to the world.
Next April, right?
Well, and whatever
before the 44th of the month, because the calendar goes up that high next year.
That's right. Next year, 2018, April, that's 44 days.
But what I hear is it's actually tangential.
Okay.
So this has nothing to do with music. This is a new business line.
So what's he getting into? What do you think he's getting into?
444. Hello. What does that say?
Oh, cosmetics for sure. Duh. Makes sense. He wants, was it the Jenners or Kardashians? Who's the one that's got the lipstick line?
Yeah.
That's doing really well.
Both of them.
All of them. All of them. Yeah.
Yes.
He wants to capitalize on the new lipstick market.
And I hear the scent is extravagant.
Oh, so
smells like the number 4 I've heard.
Well, I'm not saying I've been part of a focus group.
Oh, I think that you're in cahoots with that cast member of the Win Show.
There's
Jay-Z.
a deeper conspiracy.
There is no 444 on anywhere on my body.
Wow. Dave?
Yeah.
Come clean. You knew something. You said smell.
Okay.
Smell is referring to like a cologne or a perfume or something.
Yeah.
So Jay-Z's coming out with a cologne and perfume line?
Hey, maybe he's been seen in Berlin where there's only that type of herb.
Oh, interesting. Native to Germany, huh? Using spices like Jägermeister
Well,
to make a nice cologne.
I cannot speak any more to my non-disclosure agreement.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
we'll leave it between you and the cast member. What do you think? You think he's kind of hiding something from us, Trev?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I happen to know that I saw David took a trip recently to Berlin, Germany with a Mr. Jay-Z on the plane. They weren't seen
Oh.
together.
No, I was in
Snapchat.
Coach.
You were Snapchatting though.
I had
saw
no
him over the
legroom.
shoulder. I saw him over your shoulder behind you. So-
Yeah, you were in Coach ahead of Jay-Z, who was
That's right.
further back in
Well,
Coach.
first class now is in the back of certain planes.
It is.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Yeah.
cool way to ride these days.
Safer.
It's not only safer. That's
and the peasants don't have to walk past you.
Absolutely.
They're seeing.
Right. And all the bathrooms have been moved to the front.
It's like you're in a chair. You can look down at your subjects in front of you. That's why all the cool top celebrities.
When
like
you're
to be in the back of
landing,
the plane. And especially when you're landing, yeah, you can
Or
see
crashing.
or crashing. Either way, you get to see all the underlings below you in front of you. And that's why all the celebrities are flying in the back of the plane these days.
and you get to fall upon them.
On as if it's the last thing they ever experienced.
King of the Hill.
Without a doubt.
444.
444. Stacy from Perth, Australia writes, "Dear Win, is there anything worse than a bad makeup day?" Well, hell, Stacy, we were just talking about Jay-Z maybe coming out with a makeup line. Now we know it's perfume or cologne because Dave kind of spilled the beans a little early. So, Dave, is there anything worse than a bad makeup day?
I personally don't wear any makeup.
Right?
I use a moisturizer.
Is
with
that considered
SPF.
makeup? I mean, that'd be considered
No,
makeup,
it's
I
like
guess. No?
like lotion,
Okay.
but it's got SPF in it because your nose and ears together says nears,
Okay.
but you just want to cover those areas. So anything worse than a bad makeup day? Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely.
What's worse?
Hiccups.
Hiccups.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Bad hiccup day.
Yeah, like a chicken bone in a lemon meringue pie and dying in a restaurant.
Yeah, like if you have ever had hiccups for an extended period of time, there's nothing worse. Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing even remotely worse. Trev, you're a Latin and English major kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think?
Well, yeah, my Latin studies have really enlightened me on this subject, Stacy. You happen to have it easy. Because as a woman, you can wear makeup without, judgment, and you'll immediately look more, more beautiful.
Right?
Us men are the true sufferers in society. We're the ones who truly have it hardest because we don't wear makeup. We just have to perpetually look ugly every day of our lives.
And so we have no such thing as a bad makeup day. We just look bad all the time.
We have bad day every day.
Every day.
But is ugly like maybe good?
Yeah, like it's a pug. A lot of people think pugs are cute. A lot of people think they're ugly.
You have to run the line. You have to walk it carefully between ugly and cute ugly. So there's pug, cute ugly,
Right?
and then there's like
Grotesque elephant.
yeah,
man ugly.
Jabba the Hutt,
Jabba the
gross
Hutt.
ugly.
Yeah, okay.
No.
So what would be worse than a bad makeup day, though? I mean, he said hiccups. Dave said hiccups.
Extended hiccups.
Well, that's a good one. Like a bad socks day, when you're like walking outside in your socks and you're stepping like a wet puddle. and
Oh,
then they're
man.
wet. Yeah,
And it's-
probably that wet sock day.
And especially if they don't match.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having wet socks that don't match.
And rerun socks.
Yeah. You have to
So-
turn them inside out because they're so crusty and disgusting.
Yeah, but then it stinks them doubly bad.
Well, there you go, Stacy. Even in Australia, we have the same problems. Pickles from Seattle, Washington writes, "Dear Win, any advice on what I should do with my summer?" Okay. He wants a broad outline of what he should do in the next 3 months, Dave.
How do we know it's a he?
Well, I guess you're right. Pickles could be a girl.
Yeah.
Well, either way, they
Hey,
want it.
Pickles. What a great name.
That's a great name.
I love you. I
Your
want to meet
parents
your
love
parents.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, love your parents. Hey, kosher pickles. What should you do with your son? Well, if you're not working, which I hope you're not, so I'm sensing. I have this little psychic. I'm sensing you're a teacher. So what you
Oh.
should do, maximize those checks you keep getting throughout the summer while everyone else is working, but just have no guilt about that. Travel a lot. Go to places you've never been before. Do things that you're afraid to do. Confront your fears. So every place you're visiting that you've never been before, confront a fear in that place, state, or country. Do something you would never do. So
It's
get
like-
up in the morning, put all these things in a hat, draw one out, and you have to go do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really step out of the comfort of your jar.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
and in 3 months, you will outgrow your job and you will just quit.
Wow. And then she'll never have to work again.
No, because you'll confront a fear, and that will create your next occupation.
And she'll send us a message then saying, "Guys, what should I do with my fall and then my winter?"
Right.
Because now winter's coming.
And then we'll write a book.
And then we'll write a book. And the thing is, it's like the traveling fear factor. You know, she literally just pulls out, something out of a hat or a jar, and she can't say no to it. She has to do it, no matter what. If it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go ride down a sword, in East Jerusalem, then she's gonna go ride down a sword.
Right. And you need a witness to go with you, Pickles.
Oh, that's true, because otherwise, if no one sees it or no one has it on Snapchat or puts it on YouTube, it never happened.
Yeah, it's got to be, videotape.
Yep.
YouTube.
In this day and age, if it's not on video, it never happened. Trevor, what do you think?
Well, Mr. and or Mrs. Pickles, you just gotta do you. Just go out, just be free, act like yourself, act like your pickly self, show the world your pickled cucumber-ness.
You know what? That's a great point. I think Pickles should leave Seattle because she can get away from, or he can get away from all the rain and go somewhere like Arizona or maybe the, Gobi Desert or something and turn that pickle into like a real pickle, because it's going to be so burnt that it's going to be the pickle. And then when Pickle comes back to Seattle, she or he can show everybody, hi, I am now truly Pickles.
Yeah, thank you, Pickles, for this.
But also you gotta, in the evening, go back, get pickled, have a few.
That's right, get
relax.
pickled too. Yeah, get pickled. It's a good idea.
Pickle me tink.
That's it. You know what? And we also got one more little piece of inspiration, gets you the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey, Aries, it is your week, and I got to tell you something. You have got to watch out for vintage clothing. You need to avoid anyone who's wearing vintage clothing this week. Stay away. It's bad, B-A-D for you. But I'll tell you what. Hey, you have some luck in the air, and I hope you're quite aware of your DNA strand, because your lucky chromosomes this week are 3, 5, 17, and 22. That double strand 22, latch onto that. You're going to have a great week with chromosome 22. Hey, join us on the World Improv Network, AM 1340, FM 104.7, on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, YouTube at World Improv Network, iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.